Okay, yeah, we're recording. All right, so the next basic video I'd like to do, hi, my name is Tara Long, if you are new to watching me or engaging with me. And I love to share about natural law and also other things. You'll see some other videos on my YouTube channel. Mastering your energy is something I'll be doing more videos on here as we go along. I'm in the process of creating digitally my Be Free course online so that it will be available anytime for anyone. So that is taking up most of my time right now. However, I will be doing more of these videos on natural law and other things. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. And you can always go to my website, taralong.com, and sign up for my newsletter to just get when I have a new video or to see the things that are happening in my world for you, because I am here to serve you in this way. And that just naturally comes from my passion for sharing this knowledge. Okay, so the next video I did one on status correction because I've been asked to do some just basic sharing, basic teaching about certain terms and what all this stuff means. I did one on status correction. This one is on the ROE, or the revocation of election. That is the revocation of election to pay federal income tax. Okay, I'm not going to go super deep into like how that happened and what it all means, and that you can take my course for that. You can have a one-on-one. You can also look online and just find the information. It's out there. You have to dig a little bit, but it's out there. Okay, it's out there for free for you. So I just want you to know that, like, this is how I learned everything. Is I just that's just what I do, is I just go for it 100%. Like, I want to learn everything about this. So that's available. Okay, my gift is in teaching, sharing, and guiding you. Okay, so what is the ROE, revocation of election? So taxes, and you may have heard this before, they are voluntary, right? Federal income taxes are voluntary. Now, state taxes, they're also voluntary. I live in Tennessee and we don't technically have state tax, although our sales tax is almost 10%, so it's really, really high. That's kind of another story, but it does, if you revoked your election to pay federal income tax, that also applies if you have state tax, okay? If you're state, like if you have general excise or any sort of other state tax. Well, general excise is something that I experienced in Hawaii when I had a business and I had to pay 4.5% of whatever on top of state taxes, on top of federal tax. They tax us like 27 times and then for like on the same like income, right? So that you would need to do like a PMA or something like that, which I have a course on that if you want to learn. So revocation of election. So federal income taxes are also, they are voluntary. And there is nowhere in the tax code where it says it is mandatory to pay tax, okay, for anybody, even if you are a U.S. citizen. So that's the first thing. However, there has been some precedent saying that a U.S. citizen is liable for taxation. So this is a gray area. I just want to be clear that this journey of sovereignty is you taking back your power and giving yourself permission to do what you know is right for you, okay? So I corrected my status so that I'm no longer a US citizen, but yet I'm a national. So that takes me completely out of it. And so taxes aren't even a thing at all. And I sent the IRS a letter saying, hey guys, what's up? I'm not going to be volunteering to pay taxes anymore. More or less. It was one paragraph. There are companies who will do it for you, charge you a bunch of money, tell you you have to send in 60 pages, yada, yada, yada. You can totally do that. I'm not judging. You got to do what feels right for you. For me, I want simple. I want short, sweet, to the point. Because that is the truth. The real truth, and this is a generalization I'm making, is always simple, okay? As humans, we have been conditioned to believe that we have to make things hard, that we have to, do 18 million things to make something valid, or to be like, oh yeah, I got to do, 60 pages of to not pay taxes. No, you send a letter that's like a paragraph, boom, you're done. And then they sent me something back saying, great, we received your information and it's been added to your account. Do you know what I mean? So revocation of election is easy. The IRS totally gets this. They know. And by the way, they're a part of the corporation. They're a private company. Okay, there is no government. There is no government. The way that it was originally intended and the way that is conditioned for you to believe. Okay, so you have to cultivate this inner knowing and strength of knowing who you are. You have to do that in order to take these steps, right? These action steps, because this is the thing that stops people more than anything else, is they have fear. I'm gonna do it wrong. I'm gonna get in trouble. They're gonna take me to jail for not paying taxes. No, that but you have to embody that. You know it, and then you have to feel it, and that comes by taking the action, right? It doesn't just like show up one day. Mostly in my experience, it comes from taking the action, right? And this is what I see in my clients as well. Like, oh, I did that. Oh, and it worked. Oh my God, that was so awesome. And then, and now, and this feeling comes inside of you that's just like, wow, how much power you have, because this whole system and structure of government and taxation, which is theft, all the things, it's a big ball of like black death energy, okay? And if you know me and watch me, you know that I'm everything's energy, right? For me, everything's energy. So there's this big ball of like black death energy is probably the best way I can describe it. And it's just trying to suck everybody in, right? And like with tentacles and trying to like get a hold of you. And we have to cut them. We have to get out of that, right? Because what do they do? They go to harming others. That is straight up when you pay your taxes, you are supporting harm of others. Okay, just gonna be honest, because what do our taxes go to? Funding wars, weapons, bullshit. Okay, so once you know that, it's like you just can't do it anymore. There are other ways to make your income not taxable as well. So that's another story. But this is just about revoking your election pay taxes, okay? It's something that is possible that you can do. And yeah, if you want help with that, you can find out all about it, again, online, figure this out. If you want help, you can, just let me know. We can do a one-on-one. You can take my Be Free course when it's available. Down below, you'll see my website, terralong.com. And also you can leave comments here, ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, thanks so much. Wishing you a beautiful, light-filled day. Okay, talk soon.